Have you ever struggled with solving problems at work? What if I told you you're probably asking the wrong questions? Let's fix that with a simple, game-changing approach called How Might We? The phrase "how might we" was first introduced in 1950s by the company called Procter & Gamble as part of their creative problem-solving approach. They really wanted a way to frame challenges as opportunities as opposed to obstacles and something difficult to do. The "how might we" approach was later popularized by the company called IDEA as part of their design thinking consultancy solutions, especially in the 90s and 2000s. They used "how might we" as a structured way to spark creative solutions without prematurely narrowing them down. Why "how might we" became so successful? Let's break it down. How suggests exploration without immediately jumping into solutions. Might keeps it open-ended, allowing for multiple possibilities. We reinforces collaboration and shared ownership of the problem. We can also complement "how might we" by adding "so that we," which ultimately helps us achieve a meaningful outcome. Let's go through some examples for you to realize how powerful this phrase is. If you work in HR and support your business delivery more directly, you might have heard people say the following: "We need to fix employee engagement because people are unhappy." Why is this statement bad? Well, first of all, it's quite vague. What does fix even mean? Engagement is very complex. Problem-focused only states the issue. There is no room for creative solutions. Now look at the next statement and tell me which one's better. Instead, try framing it as this: how might we create a culture where employees feel more valued and engaged at work so that we improve retention, motivation, and overall business performance? Do you see the difference? First of all, why is this one better? It's better because it's open-ended. It encourages exploration and multiple ways to enhance engagement. It's also human-centered. It focuses on making employees feel valued. It's also outcome-driven, clearly links engagement to business success. Let's go through the next examples. You might have heard people say managers don't communicate well with their teams. Why is this statement bad? Let's analyze it. Well, first of all, starts with blaming. Makes it sound like managers are failing, which is not really constructive. It's too broad. What aspect of communication is weak? Feedback, clarity, transparency, could be anything. Let's rephrase it a little bit better. How might we help managers develop stronger communication skills with their teams so that we build trust, alignment, and a more engaged workforce? Why is this statement better? First of all, it's solution-oriented, focuses on helping managers instead of blaming them. It's quite specific. It targets communication skills, which can be improved. It's also outcome-driven, links better communication to a stronger work culture. Let's carry on. Let's say your company has launched a brand new HR software and your employees are not using it. So you may hear people say something like, "Employees are not using our HR software. Why is this so bad?" It simply assumes employees are the problem. What if the software is unintuitive? It also explores negative framing, doesn't explore why adoption is low. Let's rephrase this a bit better. How might we encourage employees to adopt our new HR software with ease so that we improve efficiency, reduce manual work, and enhance employee experience? Why is this statement much better? Well, first of all, it focuses on enablement, explores what would make adoption easier. It also encourages multiple solutions, training, better UX, incentives, etc. It's also outcome-driven. It connects adoption to clear business benefits. Let's go through more examples. Automation is making jobs redundant. Why is this statement bad? Well, first of all, it's fear-inducing. Frames automation as a threat rather than as an opportunity. No path forward. Doesn't ask what can be done about it. Now let's rephrase this statement. How might we help employees transition to new roles as automation reshapes work so that we future-proof our workforce and maintain job security? Why is this statement and phrase so much better? Well, first of all, it's future-focused. It encourages planning for job evolution, not job loss. It creates opportunities, explores training, reskilling, or new career paths. It's outcome-driven, ties workforce planning to long-term stability. Let's carry on because I'm really enjoying this one. Let's hear someone say this statement: "We need to increase revenue by 50% next year." Why is this statement quite bad? Well, first of all, it's rigid. Sounds like a directive, not a creative challenge. It also lacks insight, doesn't address how to achieve it or any constraints. Let's reframe this a bit better. How might we identify new revenue streams while maintaining our core business values so that we achieve sustainable and ethical growth? Why is this one better? Well, first of all, it's strategic. It encourages innovation, revenue models rather than just cost-cutting exercises. It's balanced. It acknowledges the importance of preserving business values. It's also outcome-driven. It ensures revenue growth aligns with long-term strategy. So let's summarize the key takeaways. Bad problem statements are often blame-oriented. For example, managers don't communicate well. They also tend to be two-way. For example, fixed management. They also be a bit fear-inducing or negative. Automation is making jobs redundant, for example. Prescriptive. We need to increase revenue by 50%. Now let's look at well-written statements. Strong how might we statements. For example, it encourages exploration. How might we enhance customer experience? It's also very people-focused. How might we help employees transition? It also leads to action. How might we support managers in communication? And also ties it to an outcome so that we improve engagement and business performance. If you adopt this way of asking questions, establishing problem statements, you'll be known as someone who is absolutely encouraging collaboration, creates every negative situation as an opportunity, and ultimately gets the teams to work better together. This will also help you and achieve and improve your design thinking, creative skill set, critical thinking, and also solutions skill set. So feel free to expand on this way of asking questions. I really would welcome to hear from you as to whether you've heard anyone use this in your business conversations, and feel free to start adapting it and using it in your everyday conversations in your role with your business leaders and managers. I'm sure they'll be very impressed. In my current role as a strategic HR business partner, I simply have to have a problem statement for every single piece of work I'm supporting. This often comes up in my conversations with my manager and my team, as well as when I'm speaking to other business leaders. It ultimately justifies as to what I'm spending my time on. What am I trying to do? So this has become a bit of a habit for me. I now find myself in business meetings, in my team meetings, where everyone who talks about their pieces of work, I tend to ask these kind of questions and sort of say, what problems are you solving? What is actually going on? So I do suggest that this is actually really good practice to frame every single piece of work as you have as a how might we problem statement, because ultimately it justifies what you spend your time on, how you think, how you solve business problems, how you collaborate with others, how you create opportunities, and ultimately something I talk about quite often in our videos. This tool, this way of framing and phrasing questions and statements will help us demonstrate as to how creative we are in our roles. If you would like to stay in contact, I suggest you subscribe to my weekly newsletter. You can find a link down below. I also run the Expert HR Business Partner Academy. You can check out the link down below to learn a bit more about it. In a nutshell, these are weekly sessions which are run every Saturday and every Sunday for an hour and a half. There is a small group of people who come along and we discuss tools, toolkits, books, concepts, anything really that can help us be a bit more creative in our roles. And also, if you're looking for a bit more support and guidance from myself and the team, this is another opportunity to do that. If you would like to come along and see what this session is all about before you decide to sign up, let me know and I'll happily include you. That's it for this video. There are many other similar topics I discuss on my channel, so I'll see you in the next video.